Welcome to Becoming a Writer podcast, a space where we write freely,
Write fearlessly,
and write forever. I am Rubina Gauri Gomes, and as your writer friend, I want to give you the love, support, and encouragement to realize, become, and stay a writer for life. You can find more about our conversations and your free Writer's Mental Toolbox PDF at rubinagomes.substack.com. Now please grab a cup of your favorite drink and let's have a quick chat. Hello my writer friends, Rubina here. For our 23rd conversation, we are going to talk about why we have a hard time moving on to our next writing project and why it is important to do so. A strange feeling came over me as I was inching closer to the end of my first book, Soul Writer versus Social Writer. I was feeling content. I was happy with what I had written. I knew it was the best draft I could write in this phase of my life. There was potential for more to be added to this book, but I knew it would come later as I and the thought behind it evolved. I found this feeling of contentment strange because I expected to feel this after publishing the book. I was assuming that once I hit publish, I would let out a sigh of relief and then treat myself to a party. And when I say party, I mean going to the bookstore and buying myself more books to add to my never-ending TBR pile. Even when I did publish the book, I didn't feel the excitement I hoped for. I was proud of my effort and of finally fulfilling my dream of being a published author. But after healing myself and finding my life as a writer, I had unconsciously healed my need for validation from the outside world. Now, the act of writing itself was validating me as a writer. I had learned all the lessons I had to learn while writing the book. I had gained all the experience I needed while writing the book. And I received all the love I needed while writing the book. Publishing the book was the inevitable next step. I was done with the book the moment I signed off. And more surprisingly, I was pumped and geared to move on to my next book. I remember one day I was watching an interview of thriller author Lee Child. He said that when he sent off his first novel to the editor, he immediately worked on the next one. Isn't that something all of us writers should be doing? Start a project, finish it, and move on? And it doesn't need to be a book project. We usually take more time than required, even with smaller projects like chapters, articles, blog posts, and captions. For some reason, we simply can't be done with our projects. We feel this need to be constantly tinkering and tweaking a sentence here and a sentence there. What we don't realize is that there is no end to this kind of polishing your work. And as we keep polishing and over-polishing, we don't see that we are destroying the good work we have done. There will come a time when you need to tie the bow and send your work into the world. But why can't we leave our projects when they are good enough? It's because of perfectionism. Perfectionism is not about getting things right or about fixing things. It also has nothing to do with the standards you set for yourself. Here's how Julia Cameron defines perfectionism in her book, The Artist's Way. Quote, "Perfectionism is a refusal to let yourself move ahead. It is a loop, an obsessing, debilitating closed system that causes you to get stuck in the details of what you are writing and to lose sight of the whole." End quote. When we think of ourselves as writers, we imagine having multiple books under our belt. And yet, when the time comes to act like a writer, we believe the book we are currently working on will make or break our career. In trying to write the perfect book, we lose our reasoning for writing, and we lose our reasoning with the book at hand. Instead of enjoying the process of being a writer, we constantly judge our work in progress against the results we hope to achieve from the audience. By doing so, we end up with a book that sounds similar to every book in your genre. But why do we want a perfect book? Because that's the ego talking. When we write a book, we want it to become the best-selling. We want everyone to love our book. We want celebrities to recommend our books. We want our readers to say, "Our book changed their lives." If we write a fiction book, we want it turned into a movie. If we write a non-fiction book, we want to be invited to speaking events and share our thoughts. And we want to make money. In short, we want the recognition and appreciation we think we deserve. Having such wants is a natural effect of working hard on something, like writing a book. The problems come when our desires take a higher priority than our needs. As writers, our need is to have a fulfilling and impactful career. Our need is to share our thoughts and see what others think about them. Our need is to use our words to find resonance with others. Our need as writers is to know that none of us is alone on this journey. And our needs are fulfilled when we keep writing and sharing. So if you genuinely want to be a writer, always move on to your next writing project. While a reader's joy is in the reading, ours should be in the writing. Well, that's it for today. Next time we meet, we'll talk about realizing that we are actually doing our best for ourselves and our writing. Until then, keep writing, my friend. Thank you for catching up with me today. I hope you found some inspiration that could help you write freely, write fearlessly, and write forever. You can listen to our previous conversations at rubinagomes.substack.com. There you'll also get access to my other essays published every Wednesday and your free Writer's Mental Toolbox PDF to help you enjoy every writing session. You can also find me on Instagram at becoming.awriter. See you later.